Control.
Tenacity.
Mindset.
Work. When you're a new agent, the word that comes to mind is control. And that is because you are in control. You are 100% in the driver's seat. Whether you realize it or not, whether you're comfortable with that or not, that's the case.
I think this job, it takes a lot of tenacity. You know, you're gonna have people who reject you. You're gonna have people who reject even the notion of having insurance. You're gonna have people who are gonna look at your lead card and they're gonna say, look, I didn't fill this out.
The biggest thing for new agents is making sure that their mind is right. Making sure they attack each week with intensity and focus, letting the no's get to them, or even the yeses get to them, getting complacent.
You're new, you have to work harder than everybody, you have to work longer than everybody, you have to put in time away from going out in the field to learn the products. You non-stop until you get to a point where you're good enough or proficient enough to work less.
You're there to make a difference in the lives of people who care about them. You know, it takes a lot of tenacity to do that.
You have to outwork everybody, and I think that's the number one thing, is you have to get out there and just put in work. It takes so much time. You have to go through so many door knocks to be able to be good at door knocks. You have to go through so many sits to be able to have a great presentation. You have to see so many different situations so you learn how to handle all the objections.
Hardest part about being an agent?
Hardest thing about being a life insurance agent, paperwork's up there.
The hardest part about being an agent is being consistent.
The hardest part about being an agent is to know that you have to go to work.
Time management. Easily. When you're an agent, you are self-employed. You're your own boss, which means that you have to figure out revenue generating activity versus revenue supporting activity versus sleep time.
For me, I think it's the learning curve. I had no experience in sales, and so learning all of the carriers, trying to figure out where to put each client to best serve the needs of the client. Obviously, I'm not there to serve my needs, I'm there to help them. So if someone has, you know, a specific health calamity that I've never heard of, trying to find the right carrier to put them with, it just takes, there's a large learning curve to do that.
I feel overwhelmed sometimes, knowing that I have a finite amount of hours, I've got to fit everything in, and the whole reason that I do this business is because I value my time.
In this business, you're your own boss. You have to make yourself get up every day and get after it with the same level of intensity day after day. And when you have a really great week, it's really easy the next week to go really soft. And vice versa, when you have a really rough week, it's easy to stay home and feel sorry for yourself. So it's very important to stay consistent.
I think the hardest thing about becoming an agent, starting as a new agent and continuing to be an agent, is to remember that it all comes down to revenue generating activities. Is being able to actually go out there and put in the time and put in the effort to reap the rewards.
There's a large learning curve to do that. Now, fortunately here at Advanced Team, we've got all of these resources that are available to us so that it makes it, you know, relatively simple just to figure out, you know, using the charts that were provided and the forms were provided to figure out where to put a client. But the learning curve and being able to just know it like this and having confidence is definitely a big challenge.
Being out there and knowing you control your own schedule, you also control your income, both as much money as you want to make or as little as money as you want to make. And the only thing that determines all that is how much effort, how much work do you want to put in.
Other times, you know, I'm working so hard on stuffing folders, making phone calls, talking to carriers, that it eats up my day when I need to be out selling and actually focusing more on the revenue generating activity, actually doing the thing that pays my bills.